Hey loves, this is Khadija with Eat Your Moon Tarot. Thank you for joining me on my channel. Today we really want to get deep into that goddess energy and find out how the goddess can inspire us on our spiritual journey. So take a look at the cards and see which of these four goddesses really speak to you. Which one warms up to you? Which one do you resonate with? Which one has a message for you? And once you've chosen your goddess, you can look in the description below and see the timestamps and jump right ahead to your reading and we'll get started. See you soon. Hi love, welcome. So you chose the beautiful goddess Hera, who sits on the pantheon. She is known as the goddess of the sky. She's a wonderful, nurturing energy, a motherly energy, a very mature energy who's been through a lot. She's seen it all, done it all, had all manner of conquests. She's associated with the peacock. As you can see, that's an animal that she's often connected to. She's a nurturer. And that is also the symbolism that the peacock carries as a spirit animal. In the background, maybe you can see there's a swan, which is also a symbol of harmony and loyalty. And so we have a mother figure, a family figure, someone who's willing to give all for the family, combining gifts in the area of uplifting spiritually, as well as in the practical space for those that she cares about. Perhaps this is an energy that resonates with you. And whether you're male or female, the divine feminine, the goddess energy is something we all have within us. You know, the divine masculine holds us, protects us, keeps us safe, and the divine feminine is that creative energy. And when the two are working together, we can have our most powerful manifestation in this space where we feel safe and protected. Is the space where we can truly live from our hearts and from our true selves and allow that, you know, those God-given gifts to really come through, down through our true selves and to manifest here on earth. So this is a balance that we all want within us. So let's go deeper and find out how this goddess energy can really inspire us to live our emanation of the divine and our emanation of the divine feminine. Okay, the hummingbird. The hummingbird is quite small. We all know, very small. The heartbeat is very fast and a long beak and long tongue to really dig in, to really get to the middle of the flowers, to really get to the nectar. And the hummingbird is able to traverse really far distances. So this is a resilient bird, just as Hera also has that energy of power, of resilience, and capability. They flap their wings pretty fast. The heartbeat is pretty fast. It's a pretty quick movement, but they're able to achieve really far distances and to do a lot. So you might actually look at the size of this animal and completely underestimate what this little bird is capable of. So let's go deeper and find out how the divine feminine can really further inspire us on this path of really going far, doing a lot, defying the odds. Let's see who can inspire us further. Fatima. The mother of Imams. Love is my lineage and gratitude is my religion. So we have, again, the family energy here, which is also an energy that Hera has. With Fatima comes also kind of an energy of sacrifice within the family. So perhaps you're someone who really gives a lot for those around them, for the people that they love. Let's see who else is. My Vago. The warrior saint. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. So this could mean that you're someone who's very, very devoted to the people around them. You're a warrior of love. You have a really, probably an expanded heart chakra, or you're someone who enjoys giving love. Perhaps there's an opportunity to receive more love. I do get the feeling that there might be an opportunity for balance here. Someone who really, really gives a lot must also make sure that they replenish their stores, and that they make sure that they're not only taking care of others, but also taking care of themselves. It's really important to put, when you're in an area of service, whether you're doing it as a volunteer, whether you're doing it full time, or whether you're doing it in the friend and family space, it's always important to put yourself and self-care first. And I always explain it to my friends, connected to the masks on the airplane. Secure your mask first before you help others. There's actually a lot of wisdom behind that practical request. Because when you secure your mask first, you're able to help a lot more people. I've seen people who they help a lot of people, but they're completely burned out, and have to be careful that their gifts that they're giving don't bring a certain energy of resentment, because they're giving more than they're actually able to replenish within time. So if you're a giver, I think there's an opportunity to really thank yourself, to show yourself gratitude, and to make sure that you're also putting yourself first, to make sure that you're able to give your love from a space of ease and a space of delight, and not allow it to become a burden. Spiritual people who are really tuned in and really tapped in, tend to think it's more spiritual to help more people and to put the self on the back burner, but that's actually not the case. It is actually very, very important that people who give a lot actually have very, very, very good spiritual hygiene, that you're making sure that you're cleansing, your chakras, your aura, because everything is energy. And especially people who are in need, they tend to bring, not just people who are in need, but people in general tend to bring a lot of energy with them. But because you care a lot, people who are in need may bring more of an energy that touches your heart and moves more into your space. And it's important that your energy stays with you and that other people's energy stays with them. So it's always important, even if you're like a hairdresser or a massage therapist, someone who comes into contact with people often, if you're a social worker, or again, if you're a caretaker within the family space or within the friend space, it's always important to cleanse your energy, sage, meditation, and make sure you're pulling back your power so that it's with you. And when you do that, you're able to help more. And I see in my Vago an opportunity to even manifest abundance, spiritual as well as financial, through being of service. So if you can open up to love, open up to allowing yourself to be loved, but also loving yourself and giving yourself some of that good old tender love and care that you're giving to others, there's an opportunity to allow the divine to also come in and to replenish you. So let's find out what attitudes or values can help us, gather the courage to live this wisdom. Oh. The swan, crazy. The swan, who's also present in Hera's card. Oh, imagination. Oh, the dragonfly. Oh my goodness. The peacock. Inspiration and the moth, awareness. So perhaps you're someone who's a nurturer, because this energy is coming up pretty strong. You're someone who's very loyal, very harmonious. Swans are also very monogamous creatures. There's a very strong energy of sticking to the family within this reading. Even Fatima, she took care of her father. She sacrificed a lot in order to care for her family. So perhaps that is something that resonates with you as a caretaker, or perhaps you're caring for your parents or people within your family. There is that energy of let's say support, wanting to be supportive. Perhaps you have a very strong connection to your roots, also to your traditions, to your ancestors. And there's an opportunity here to really just live the inspiration of imagination, to begin to think about how you see your life, how you could see your life evolving, and putting some of that focus that you like to put on others back onto yourself a little bit, And, the law of attraction is really a topic that's talked about a lot right now, using your energy to really pull in what it is that you want. And considering that, it's really important to have your power and your energy with you. So there's an opportunity here with your imagination to really get clear on what it is that you want for yourself, and also to manifest a situation that allows you to live that beautiful love you have for others and for caring for others in a way that still supports you and helps you to manifest really the resources and support that you need for your path. And my Bago is also someone who sacrificed a lot for her village, and there was an altercation, or more than an altercation. There was really a battle that went on because of a threat to her religion. So she, as a woman, led a very small army of men to protect her village and other villages, and to protect her religion. So this is also an energy that really goes to bat for the family, goes to bat for what for those who are important to her, but the religion also signifies what she believes in. Will go to bat for what it is that is important to her. Both of these energies are women who are very clear on what's important to them. So if that's a space where you're still, perhaps you're clear on what's important to you, but maybe not able to manifest exactly what it is you want for you, perhaps you're able to help others with that foundation of what it is that you need and want for yourself is not quite there, then there's an opportunity to really imagine, to take time to dream weave and really go within and find out what it is that you want more of. Inspiration. And there's also the 52 in the middle. The 52 for me is definitely an energy of the moon, the goddess of the moon. It's the energy of intuition, connection to the divine, and allowing yourself to be inspired by the divine. There's an opportunity really for meditation, to really go in, get clear, get quiet, and also to daydream, So I love this here because it's almost like a connection, like a tunnel of the divine, allowing divine inspiration to come in and come through. So maybe there's a need to really get quiet and do some quiet introspection and find out what it is that you want. Perhaps you've been so focused on others that you haven't really had an opportunity to really ground your energy, because I feel like cleansing is coming up, but grounding is also coming up. So you may need to really get up and have a cleansing and grounding ritual in the morning where you're cleansing your aura, cleansing your chakras as you start the day, and then protecting your energy, especially as someone who gives and comes into contact with others. You want to make sure that you're always making the effort to protect your energy. But there's also an opportunity to make sure that you're rooted and grounded in Mother Earth. In Reiki, which is, I'm a Reiki master, we always, before we begin to send Reiki to others, before we begin our practice, we always root and ground ourselves in Mother Earth and affirm that Mother Earth holds us gently and lovingly in her hands. And not only does it make it easier to really get the work done, but it really makes the boundaries of energy and energy sharing very clear. And then we have the moth. And moth and dragonfly, they're both symbols of transformation, symbols of change. So with awareness is also for me a very strong connection to the magician in the tarot and the Rider-Waite deck. It's basically an energy of you have everything you need already within you. So what does that mean? It basically means that you're a divine being. And before you came to the earth plane, you made an agreement about what you would do when you got here. So you already have the skills, the tools, and you also already have the knowledge that you need in order to live your highest and greatest self. So this introspection is not about trying to be better. This introspection is about understanding that you are already perfect. You are innately sinless, as it's described in the Course, in the book, the Course of Miracles. You are already a wonderfully abundant being who enjoys giving. But again, in the spiritual space, we have to be careful not to overgive and to pull our energy back and really get clear on what is it that I want for myself. Go through the different areas of your life and say, this is how I see my relationships in the future. This is how I see my finances. This is how I see, fun and adventure. The different areas of life that are really important to you. This is how I see my health. Really get clear on that so that you can begin to pull that energy into your space, and you're not just taking care of others, but you're also making sure to manifest the highest and greatest good for yourself. So let's see, Isis, goddess of the moon. Let's see, what do we stand to gain if we really do this introspection, if we really value this gift of helping others, but also make sure to help ourselves. Oh, magic and ritual, crafting sacred practice. So by going within, by going this path, we have the opportunity to really strengthen our gifts, strengthen our spiritual gifts. And in this card is definitely also an encouragement to craft a sacred practice, to really, as I mentioned, getting up in the morning, and this is basically a confirmation of how important it is to get up in the morning, to meditate, make sure your energy is centered, you're with you, make sure you cleanse, and then make sure you ground yourself in Mother Earth. There is definitely a value in making sure you start the day very mindful in the spiritual space. It has the opportunity for protection, but it also has the opportunity for divine guidance and clarity. And I can imagine that there are times throughout the day when you ask for that, when you wish for that. If you ground yourself in spiritual and sacred practice, you will be able to access those inner stores of knowledge that are innately already a part of you, that are already a part of your awareness. And a transformation can really begin to happen once you really ground yourself in a consistency of spiritual practice. So perhaps you're already doing a lot in the spiritual space. These things are a process and they do take time. One thing that I would like you to make sure of is that when you approach it, that you're approaching it with fun, with a sense of curiosity, with an opportunity to get to know yourself and to get to know the divine. It's always really important in the spiritual space not to forget that that it's important to bring an air of curiosity and adventure to this space. So perhaps the crystal energy can give us a little more inspiration of what spiritual practice, sacred practice can really open up within us. I believe this is ametrine. Yes, it is. Make your big dreams your big life. How fitting. It's beautiful. Ametrine is actually a mix of amethyst and citrine. And it can actually, because it's heated, it can take on a really orange color. But in this case, it's very purple. But make your big dreams your big life. This is what we're talking about. Bringing in your power, focusing on yourself. If you can make your big dreams your big life, if you can bring more awareness, inspiration, imagination into your space, you can manifest even more. If you secure that mask here, if you can secure that mask, you'll be able to help many more people if that's really where your passion lies. And it also has the opportunity to bring more harmony into the space. Sometimes when we're helping others, it can be a bit trying, because we all are able to make our own decisions, and sometimes resources and support are also dependent on external entities which we don't really have control over. So if you get into that space, get that energy aligned, certain things may work out even better for you, and you can start really living the best and highest emanation of your divine self on this earth plane, which really would see you in a very abundant and very prosperous space, resource, finance, but also with regards to your spirit. So let's see, another pillar. This looks like heliotrope, is it? Oh, bloodstone. Power up your vitals. Yes, power up your vitals. This is reminding me of the harmony, of the loyalty. And it's, this loyalty we have to keep in a really healthy balance. And it's coming back to that sacred practice. It's coming back to making sure that you're really cleansing yourself and taking care of yourself. So with this inspiration and imagination, but maybe most importantly with awareness, there's this request that you come in and really figure out, what is it that you need? What is it that you need to really replenish and to live your highest, greatest good? Who is it that you can call on, who will take care of you and be there for you in the times that you need it? I always like to say that I have a spiritual, not a workshop, what do you call that? It's like not a bag of tricks, but what do you call that thing? Toolbox, yes. I always have a spiritual toolbox, the things that I go to when I know I need support. So one thing I do is I will ask for help. If I know there's someone in a space, whether professional or whether, a friend, I will reach out if I need help. In my toolbox are also crystals. I love to work with crystals. Meditation is definitely in my toolbox. I started out very small with, just 15 minutes with amethyst, with an amethyst above my head, just 15 minutes a day. And it's grown in my practice just by being patient with myself and just being curious where the journey would take me. So find out what is in your toolbox, what helps to replenish you, and make sure you power up your vitals. Make sure you protect your energy before you go out of the house. Make sure you're cleansing. Make sure you're aware of your dreams and that you write down your goals and you start to really make what you want for yourself and for your life also a priority. It's great to be there for others, but again, the more we help ourselves, the more energy and power and love and we can bring when we're helping others, but we can also be a positive example. We can be an example of the abundance that God blesses his children with. And in a part of that abundance is also peace as well as energy. So let's pull one more card for inspiration. A nice moon card. Okay, the South Node. Don't let your past hold you back. I almost feel like that deserves a partner card. That's really strong. Your South Node is the place where often so in your astrological birth chart, your South Node is an indication of past life history. So this don't let your past hold you back is not only referring to current life, it's also referring to past patterns. So don't be afraid to use your imagination, inspire, and really transform and to create something new for yourself. The hummingbird traverses very far distances despite its size. So do not underestimate yourself. You are most likely a very gentle giant. So access that giant energy. Don't allow yourself to be held back. Oh, what a great way to end the reading. Prosperity lies ahead. Oh, there is great. Oh, and look at the bottom of the deck. Look at that. Focus in. Believe in the impossible. Oh, what a beautiful way to end it. Taurus, new moon in Taurus in the second house of prosperity. So, a ruler of the second house. So, prosperity lies ahead. There's a lot of opportunity here. So if you really listen and really go within and find out what it is you need, what it is you want, and start putting those gifts of manifestation and of law of attraction into power, looking after yourself, all the different things we already talked about, there's great opportunity to break out of the old and manifest a beautiful and abundant new. All the best to you, soul. Lots and lots of love and light. Hi, love. Welcome. So you chose Spider Woman. So you can see the artwork. The image of the old wise woman. In the corner you can see the spider here, and kind of like a web, or also kind of spider, and phases of the moon. She's said to be popular in southwestern Native American cultures. One thing I like particularly is for the Hopi, Spider Woman is a creator who helped the people during their emergence. Created the moon, has the power to give and take life, and is connected to hunting and agriculture. Cherokee grandmother Spider brought people the sun and fire. She taught them poetry, weaving, and how to make ceremonial blessings. Below it says, Spider Woman is a reminder that good comes from everywhere. Even the lowly spider, sometimes dismissed as irrelevant, has the power to create and teach. I have to say that resonates. The spider is a very powerful teacher. A teacher of creation, a teacher of using our words and actions to really manifest what it is that we want. So when I meet a spider, I'm usually full of gratitude for the reminder to be creative and to allow that divine emanation of who I am to show itself, to shine on the earth plane. And sometimes we need that reminder, we need that encouragement. So let's get to it and find out how this goddess energy can inspire us to do just that, to emanate the truth of who we are, that divine energy, that true self energy here on our paths, on our journeys. Oh, eagle. What a beautiful, eagles are so beautiful and so majestic. Isn't that image beautiful? The nest, almost fiery in a way. The eagle is an energy of being able to see very, very far. A hunter, being able to grasp what it is that's most important to them, and very aware of their power. They're very aware of their inner majesty. And Spider Woman is also definitely a goddess who is very, very aware of her power, and also shared her power and taught the humans, taught people how to do different crafts, or brought fire in order to teach them how to manifest their highest, greatest good. So let's find out more of how the divine feminine can really inspire us in this space. There's obviously an opportunity for knowledge being shown through the eagle. There's an opportunity for being able to travel far distances, and there's an opportunity to really become aware of our inner majesty. So let's really dig deeper and find out more. Mirabai, the saint of true freedom. Oh, Ariadne, mistress of the labyrinth. So Mirabai is the saint of true freedom. Let's look. Love is what sets me free. I am married to my own soul. And look at that heart chakra. Look at how she shines. She was for her, it was important not to be bogged down in marriage, or being forced to live according to what society considered to be right for women. It was important for her to have that true freedom, which is also completely reflected in the eagle, who can live, in the tallest trees and the highest mountains, can see far, but still can also see the minutest and the smallest detail. There's freedom in all of that. There's freedom in skill. There's freedom in our instincts, and there's freedom in being able to live according to how we deem it to be right, and how we feel is right. And there's Ariadne, mistress of the labyrinth. My soul knows the way, and the only way out is through. So she was instrumental in helping those who were meant to be sacrificed to the Minotaur to escape from the labyrinth. So for me, this is an opportunity not only to recognize one's own true freedom and one's own love for freedom, but potentially to be someone who helps others to recognize freedom that already exists within their lives, and also ways to manifest freedom in their lives and to live that freedom. And both affirmations really focus on the soul, so it could be a spiritual freedom, a freedom of the soul, a freedom to live according to the inner truth. So let's continue to dig deeper and see what attitudes and what values can really help us to manifest that that freedom we desire so much, and perhaps even this gift of helping others recognize their gift of freedom. Turn them around. So we have the Kingfisher. 49. 49 is the number of the Kingfisher. The numbers are so small on these beautiful cards. It's a little difficult to see, but for me, that's the end of a tough cycle. That's the end of a difficult cycle that was full of hard work. Let's see. What else we have? Peace and energy. So there's an opportunity here. Immediately, my feeling is an opportunity to manifest a peaceful energy. If you have peace as your center, then you really have the opportunity to become a master manifester and really pull into your experience what it is that you want to manifest in your life. Jeez, these are upside down. Hummingbird, joy. Oh, it's shark, instinct. So here we have two, we have peace and we have joy, which are two energies that are really important. And I think it's really interesting that the hummingbird comes up again. It came up in the first reading. This is, the hummingbird can traverse really far distances. It is a very joyful animal. The wings move very quickly. The heart beats very quickly. And although they're very, very small, they're actually able to go very far distances. So it might be a bird or an animal that you might underestimate in their power. So let's make sure you're not underestimating your energy and underestimating the areas in your life where you actually do have freedom. So sometimes when we're trying to manifest what it is that we want, so let's say you're someone who really wants more freedom, one way in order to manifest it is to identify where in your life you're already enjoying that freedom and to recognize it and express gratitude for it. It's like when you do that, it's like planting seeds so that more of it can grow. Instinct, I think, is really interesting because both cards here have freedom from societal expectations and freedom from chaos and confusion, because we have the maze here, right? We have the labyrinth. We have the opportunity really for clarity. In coming out of sacrificing ourselves for the norms of what society considers to be right or to be normal. And perhaps this is somewhere where you actually have an innate gift of recognizing opportunities for freedom and recognizing how you might bring it about. What I like about the shark energy is the shark energy also encourages us to recognize our weaknesses as strengths. So perhaps there's an area where that resonates with you. Perhaps there's a connection to freedom that you actually see perhaps as a weakness. But we are able to turn that into a strength. I know that oftentimes I've found that my weaknesses actually were a way of balancing out my energy. I did battle with timidity at one point in my life, and I realized I am a very high energy person. I like to get things done, and that timidity is something that I needed to heal. But on the other hand, it was something that really kept me from pushing into spaces where I didn't belong. During the times when my energy may have been a little too scattered, wanting too much at once. It wasn't really focused. There was no clarity in my goals. That timidity kind of held me back and really pushed me to really get clear on what I wanted and then to take focused steps in that direction so that I could really, through preparation, heal the timidity that I was feeling. So sometimes our weaknesses are an opportunity for us to really grasp the big picture and to heal and to, give ourselves permission to take time, to give ourselves permission not to feel like we have to be the end product at the beginning of the journey. That's not the point. The point is really to enjoy the process. So there's an opportunity to raise your vibration and really bring in, a high energy, and to bring in more peace, more joy, and to understand that these are gifts that really belong to you innately, and that these are also aspects of freedom. Peace and joy are very important components of freedom. So let's find out, what do we stand to gain by bringing more joy and peace into our space, by honoring our instincts, by raising our vibration and recognizing our gift of freedom and for freedom. The brother in darkness, overcoming negative energy with feminine power. Wow, that's very, very profound, because we have here raising our vibration, bringing in that peaceful energy. So definitely there is a message of overcoming negative energy with a recognition of your innate connection to the divine feminine. So I actually want to look in the book a little bit for this, because this deck is really detailed, and since this is a card with a great opportunity, I think it might be nice to just, read maybe a short portion of it. Whenever negative energy is present, it is a sign that we are ready to move more deeply into our feminine divine power. The brother in darkness indicates that there is negative energy that is providing you with a spiritual test. You shall overcome with grace and triumph. Stay in your heart. There is no need to be afraid. So there's an invitation here to really push past any feelings of self-doubt, any thoughts. We often be really hard on ourselves and really here go in circles, thinking about things and overthinking, and really in the process putting ourselves down. So if this is something that you've been experiencing, this is an invitation to freedom. This is an invitation to really spread your wings and to live that divine truth, which is that you are innately beautiful, just as you are. And the more you bring that sunshine and the truth of who you are to this space, the more you bring in joy and peace, the more you can really live the truth of who you are and feel that freedom that spirit genuinely wants you to feel, wants you to have, and is really offering you. So with the Spider Woman, we're being reminded that our words have power, our thoughts have power. We are energy, which makes us powerful. So let's be mindful of how we use our words, and let's be particularly mindful of how we speak to ourselves. It's really important that we have a very loving relationship with ourselves. And I feel like in this time that we're living in, Spirit is really encouraging us to really do that inner journey, but to do it with playfulness and with curiosity. So when you go within and you begin to heal, these spaces and become aware of pointing out places where you wish for a more peaceful energy, which is also, one of the properties of amethyst, then really there's an opportunity to do it with playfulness and with creativity. That's very, very, very important. I like to watch the squirrels outside the window, and I love the way they go about things. They're so fresh, so fun, so fast, and they move about things with a curiosity. And I watched them play tag. A group of them, they played tag with each other, and it was so refreshing to watch them. So I do feel like I'm coming out of a dark night of the soul, and I had to overcome a lot of negative thoughts, a lot of questions that I was posing myself about what I want for myself, and how I can get there, and really having to push past that insecurity and the self-doubt and the concerns about worthiness, and to say, as a divine being, I am innately worthy, I am powerful, and I embrace the opportunity for true freedom. And true freedom for me is to really live the knowledge and truth of who I am unapologetically. So let's see if there's more crystal energy that really can provide some wisdom and support on this path. This looks beautiful. Oh, apophyllite. I actually have a very, very huge apophyllite here. Beam yourself up, way up. So here we have, this need for light, this need for positive energy. So let me tell you, I had a dream where I was on a roller coaster moving up, about to look over some mountains, and I saw like the clef, like the music clef that's at the beginning of notes. And when I researched that, I realized that the clef has a connection to vibration. And what was happening is, in my dream, I was being asked to raise my vibration. So sometimes Spirit wants to gift us with things. The law of attraction is moving and working on our behalf, but we're blocking it because our vibration is not allowing us to align with the abundance that we're working hard to manifest. So Spirit's asking you, raise that vibration, bring more peace and more joy into your space, so that we can gift you with what it is that you're asking for, but also what you deserve, you know. Let's take this one. Sapphire. Beautiful. And once again, find your tranquil place. These are really important messages, and when the messages repeat, then it's really, really important that you listen up, because that means there's great opportunity here. There is a gift that wants to be given. So here we have peace again, and raise your vibration. Here we have peace, energy, joy, and instinct. We have freedom. So with this freedom, I'm also thinking about nature. I'm also thinking about the spider woman, getting out, being around trees. Trees have a healing energy, being outside in nature, fresh air. I know it's a little difficult at the moment, so we all need to make healthy, responsible choices. But don't forget the power that nature has to heal. And let's look. At the bottom of the deck is amethyst. Probably can't see that great. I have to be still. It's struggling. My camera's struggling. But it says here, get drunk on your highest self. You know, amethyst, again, this stone is a stone of peace. So get to know your higher self. Get drunk on your highest self, in the sense that really get to know yourself and really just enjoy every bit of it with playfulness and with curiosity. So let's let Mother Moon come in and give us kind of some parting encouragement and love, some of that divine feminine love. Let's start here. Oh, show the world the real you. Don't let your past hold you back. This came in the last reading. This was in the first reading as well. I feel like there is a general message at the moment, not to mention that I also pulled this card personally. But this is really an opportunity not to let your past hold you back. And the South Node is not only is an indication also of past lives. So if you really believe in that space, then this is an opportunity to really break patterns, you know? So there's an opportunity to let go of the past, let go of past patterns, raise that vibration up to the truth of who you are, which is a beautiful and absolutely beautiful, abundant and free spiritual being, and show the world the real you. Look at her pouring out, you know, pouring out and nourishing. Look at that. That is beautiful, which is, I know, an image that's often associated with with Aquarius. So get out there, show the real you, let it shine, be true to yourself, because it's important that we're true to ourselves, and that we show ourselves that we're willing to show up for ourselves. Because if we don't have our own backs, then who's there to really have them for us? We've got to make sure that our inner talk is from a healthy, empowered, and very loving place. So on your path, ask for help. Make sure you've got a toolbox, things that you can really go back to that really help you to raise your vibration, to help you bring in peaceful, compassionate, and loving use of words towards yourself, towards others, whatever it is that you feel that Spirit is pointing out or asking for you to be mindful of. And just remember that you are loved, and that you are, held so beautifully and so lovingly in the hands of Mother Earth. So really go forth, shine your light, because the world needs it. You're here for a reason. May you be blessed on your path, dear love, and I would love to see you in the next reading. Hi, love. Welcome. You chose the goddess Themis, the Greek goddess, connected to prophecy and oracles, also connected to the dark night of the soul, going within, into that place, in the tarot. The moon, the 18, is often connected to facing your shadow. So she's also connected to that energy, but also communication, which we see through the whale here. Communication through dreams. So let's see how this goddess energy really can inspire us on our journey. So how can this Greek goddess Themis? Oh, we got jumping cards. See who's eager to join us. Many paths. Oh, lightning. Oh. So this is something coming through very quickly, something manifesting really quickly. But there are also many opportunities. So when I get a reading with many paths and something, coming down quickly, there's a need to get clear on what we want, so we can put that energy out and really pull in the path that we want to manifest in our space. And I also just want to encourage you, when you're dreaming and you're daydreaming, you're thinking about what it is that you want, to really remember that, God is an abundant God. We don't have to want just one thing. We don't just have to be an author. We don't just have to be a scientist. We don't just have to be a card reader. We can be many things. We can share our joy and our creativity in many different paths. Life takes place in cycles. So as you dream your life and dream that space, don't be afraid to dream big and to open up to many doorways and to many paths, and to recognize really the bright light that you are, and the power and the energy and the momentum that is behind that light that is connected to you. So if you feel like you're not quite sure what it is that you want, then this is a really, really good and important time to start daydreaming, to start even facing some of those things where you're saying, okay, this is contrast, this is something I definitely don't want in my space. Begin acknowledging those things and affirming the positive that you do want in your life. I think it's definitely a time where we are all being encouraged to really take an inner journey, to really nourish ourselves and really get clear on what it is that we want. But it's important when we take this journey that we do it with playfulness and we do it with curiosity. This also came up in the first two readings. So let's see What other divine feminine energies can encourage us on this path to inspiration and really tell us more about what's being offered? Oh, wow. The cosmic egg. I hold the universe within me. I am the force of an ever-expanding love. Expansion. And we have fertility through the egg. Also, same here, many paths. The word fecundity comes to mind, you know, many creative ideas, many opportunities. And you know, lightning strikes when you least expect it. So be open and aware of these many paths. Saraswati, the goddess of self-knowledge, the essence of who I am, flows effortlessly into everything I create. So this is a deep connection to the self, the truth and momentum and power of your light flowing into everything you create. So perhaps you're someone who has a lot of different ideas. Perhaps you're someone who doesn't quite recognize just how much divine potential lives within you. This is an opportunity to sit up and take notice. This is an opportunity to recognize the fertility of ideas that are within you, the opportunity you have to dream and to manifest. She has a gift of oracle, a gift of prophecy. So there is an opportunity to really manifest something into your space, but it needs to be done with clarity. And I just, while I was talking, happened to split the deck open, and the joy permeated mother. Anandamayi Ma came up. I am my own guru. I know the self that never changes. You know, there's a deep connection to self, you know, but it's also a deep connection to joy. And I feel like that is another opportunity to really go within and to really bring that joy into the discovery of expansion and bringing your light into the world. And also at the bottom of the deck, we have Tekla. Again, prophecy, the prophetess of true power. I call my power back from all times and places. I am my own. So there's a lot of power in this reading. So make sure that you have your power with you. It's important to give, but it's also important to cleanse. So make sure you're cleansing and purifying yourself, creating sacred practice, ritual, getting up in the morning, cleansing your energies, your chakra, your aura, making sure that your energy is with you and the energies of others is with them. And also making sure you're rooted and grounded in Mother Earth. So the divine feminine is very potent and very present here. And it's an opportunity to really connect with that. So let's go deeper and find out what values, what attitudes can really help us to get clear and to manifest the inspiration and the opportunities here. Oh, intelligence. 51, the octopus. Presence. 21, the manta ray. Let's see who else is. Ooh wee. Vision, the white tiger. Oh, yes. And Dreamweaver, spider. So look at that. And at the bottom we have purity, and at the beetle, and at the top confidence, the lion. Oh, so this is a very encouraging spread. On the outsides we have the white tiger and the spider. And what could be more fitting than the Dreamweaver coming up in a reading for the Greek goddess Themis? So the spider actually came up in the last reading as, you know, an opportunity for creation, an opportunity for dreaming and weaving. And spider webs are very strong. They're actually very, very sturdy, although they don't look it. And you know, spiders often will take down their webs daily and put them back up, which is also an energy of cycles of creation, cycles of awareness of what is needed, and reinforcing your vision, reinforcing your dreams. So even though the spider web is very sturdy, they take it down again and put it back up. So it may be that you already know what you want, or that you've already made a plan or have a vision, but it may be time to go back and reassess and add a little more clarity into what it is that you want. So this mini path can be connected to abundance of opportunities, but it can also be connected to really focusing your energy on one thing and doing things one step at a time. That's the energy of lightning, right? Lightning strikes, you know, very strong, very clearly in one place and only that one time, you know? So there's an opportunity here to really focus your energy and really get clear on what you want, and take the time to dream. Take the time to go within with playfulness and curiosity, and to dream and to understand what is it that you want to call into your experience, call into your space, into your life here on earth in this time. So let's see what let's look at the octopus and the manta ray. I feel like this is encouragement, that you have a presence. Yes, there is presence, but there's also a presence of intelligence. So maybe if you're someone who doubts that, do know you're a very intelligent being. You're very aware. And often with animal energies, we underestimate their level of empathy, their level of presence, their level of intelligence. And we do this also with ourselves. But we are all divine sentient beings. We are all, you know, if we want to be, we are tuned in, and we're tapped into that divine intelligence. And here's an opportunity for you to really notice what it is that you have within yourself. I keep feeling power, momentum, you know, light, power, momentum. And I don't know if you can really see that there's a human form behind this light. If you can really see that there's a human form behind this light, and this light is really coming from within. And the 3 is a number of creativity. And when you have a 0 behind the 3, it amplifies the number it comes behind. So if you have a 0-3, the 0 has no influence, but the 0 behind a number amplifies it. So the 0 being behind the 3 in this case is definitely very strong communication energy, as well as creativity energy. And here with the 34, we have the ascended masters as well as the angels. Like, this is a connection to divine intelligence. So if you're not sure about your path, if you're having a hard time really making the lightning strike, then your opportunity is to really get clear by doing some dream weaving and writing down your vision, really pulling it down by physically writing it down, and really going within and allowing that divine intelligence to really come down. Just want you to be able to see the image and really to connect with the image, but to really allow that divine inspiration. Look at the sun, look at the light, to really come down and inspire you to choose which path is the one that you want to focus on for now, but to also know and recognize that many doors are open to you. And perhaps you're someone who has decision fatigue, and you're concerned that by choosing one, you're turning away from another. But do know that our lives are very abundant. So it might not be a no, it might be a no, not now. Maybe there's something else that's itching to really manifest in you. I know I'm very connected to writing, but I feel like my path of card reading is what's calling me right now. So I have a blog, I have a space where I write, but where my energy really is needed and needs to be focused is in this space. So it's okay to have many paths and many interests, but we really got to get clear on what it is that we really want to manifest in this space. And when we're allowing the essence of who we are to flow into everything we do, it is really good when we're really clear on where our focus is. So let's ask our moon goddess Isis. So let's look at these cards and see, what do we stand to gain if we, tap into this wisdom and this opportunity. Ooh, portal of light. She glides on wings through time and space. So I feel like this is definitely the divine offering you also an opportunity to tap into dreaming. Because this portal of light also has to do connecting to other experiences, as well as to intelligence, knowledge. How far it goes probably will depend on your openness. Through this portal of light, again, the sun, the energy coming down, the lightning, the energy coming down, and then we have here the portal of light again, energy coming through. The divine is trying to communicate with you, and it may be that the easiest way is through dream work. I have a really strong connection to dreams. Often what I do is to ask a question before I go to sleep, and I also give my subconscious permission to remember the dream, because it may be that over time we've forgotten dreams because our subconscious was trying to protect us, because sometimes stress, our bodies will try to let us know that we're under stress through dreams, and sometimes that will cut off so that we can get a good night's sleep. So we have to give our subconscious permission. So asking questions is one way, giving your subconscious permission, but also writing down your dreams. That's very, very, very important, even if it seems silly. The dream itself might seem silly, like it's not quite a teaching dream. But it's very important to have that ritual, because it shows that you're open. It shows that you're willing to put in the work. And then as you put in that work, your dreams will most likely become more profound. That's what I've found over time. The more I cleanse, the more I make sure my chakras are clean, the more I make sure that I'm allowing divine light to flow through me. I do it through Reiki. You'll have to find out what's in your toolbox. I also listen to the Miracle Tone and different cleansing, music on YouTube. There are different ways. Smudge, I have here my sage right next to my stones. There are different ways that I connect. Meditation is probably the biggest key for me. And that's also what's going to help you open up the portal of light. So I can only encourage you to really get quiet, get still. And here I just want to point out, we have the Dream Weaver again. Also, I feel like there's a message of an opportunity to really to connect to your truth through dreaming, connect to the divine and information from your guides as well as from your higher self through dreaming. And you will get that by being consistent in writing down your dreams. And perhaps you want to delve into that path and really start gathering knowledge in that space. And even dream psychologists. So even if you're not really one who believes very in things that we might consider to be esoteric, there are dream psychologists who do also say that asking questions before you sleep will help you, in the dream space. And then it's important to really to begin to recognize, okay, what is a teaching dream? How can I recognize a teaching dream, and how can I recognize something that's not really, that's probably just more, just the body or the mind working through something. It's all important. It's all worth our attention. But I do feel there's an opportunity here if you have the interest and want to go deeper there. So let's see some crystal energy that supports us on this path of inspiration and energy work, really. So labradorite, protect your magic. Labradorite is a great protection stone. I have it as a raw stone, but also as a bracelet. I like to wear it as a bracelet when I leave the house. As you do this dream work, and as you go through life and you try to figure out your different paths, and as you bring your energy to the world, it's also important that you protect your energy, because everything is energy, you know. Sometimes I have people who want to tell me what's going on in their lives and things like that, and I enjoy listening, but I do have to protect my energy and make sure that when I come away, I don't feel like I'm carrying the weight of their cares with me as well. So this is also an opportunity to make sure that in your sacred practice, that you're not only cleansing, but you're also protecting your energy before you leave the house. Again, as in the last two readings, there's a message of cleansing, grounding, and just protecting your energy. So make sure that you're doing your sacred practice mornings and evenings, so that you're taking care not just of your physical body, but also your spiritual body. Let's see, another pillar, another crystal. Oh, I like this. This just jumped out at me. Smoky quartz. Arm your spiritual warrior. Yeah, so again, there's protection. This one is, I just want to read when to use it. When you fall prey to emotional vampires, when you're just too spacey and can't even, when you're embarking on a spiritual journey or on a journey to pick up your dry cleaning. Extra points if you're thinking, what's the difference? Sometimes these cards are just so funny, so I like to read it. But so, you know, he mentions dry cleaning, whether you're going out for dry cleaning or whether you're, you know, exploring, dreaming. It's all important. It's all important to make sure you're protecting your energy, and you're allowing divine love and divine light to really flow through you, enhance you, and to really replenish you. It's about replenishment, because you're innately beautiful. You're innately wonderful. And as we move through life, we do need to make sure that we're replenishing that energy. I'm reminded of the snake. Snakes, actually, when they move through dirt, that dirt actually does not attach to them. It doesn't attach to them. And also they lose their skin just as the spider takes down their web. I feel like the animal world knows the importance of renewal and replenishment. So make sure you take that energy and that wisdom with you as well. So let's allow Mother Moon to send us with some love on our way, some inspiration and some love. So I felt connected to this card as well as this one. But for some reason, I want to pull this one too. I do that sometimes. But I like this one as well. So let's see what's behind these doors. Look at the bigger picture. Okay, so there's an opportunity to see the detail, but let's see how the detail fits within the bigger picture. My feeling is this is connected to many paths. Let's see what else is here. Nothing will come of this situation. So I feel like the energy here is, let's make sure that we're doing the vision and the dream work so that we're clear, and it also shores up our self-confidence. So we're not worried, our thoughts are in a kind of void of, what is this for? Or I can't decide, or, you know, I don't, you know, it could be that your energy is a bit scattered, the many paths, and there's an opportunity to really focus the energy. I also want to note that we not only have the lightning here, but we have the arrow, which is focused and has a goal. So make sure that you really take the time to really make a decision. So the opportunity here is also to really get focused. So when I once got Reiki and got the message, you haven't made a decision, I was like, what? I haven't made a decision. You know, I'm a Reiki master. I said I'm going the spiritual path, but I hadn't made a decision because I didn't have a clear view, a clear understanding of my vision or the bigger picture. I was scattering my energy. So I was doing a lot. I had a podcast, a blog, a full-time job. I started a women's network. I had several projects going on at once. But because I didn't really have a clear vision and didn't really take the time to daydream, I couldn't really focus my lightning, my momentum, my energy into one thing that will allow itself to really grow into something lucrative. and I couldn't really focus goals to be step by step because I was trying to be active and effective in too many spaces. So this protection encouragement is also protecting your energy and making sure you're using it efficiently. So it's not just energy from others, it's also how you choose to invest your energy. So let's see. Yeah, so step out of your comfort zone. For me it was really uncomfortable to kind of make a decision and to choose. But when I got quiet, when I went into a place of rest, when I opened up to getting feedback from my dreams and divine inspiration, you can reach out to people and ask for help. I have someone who read my astrological birth chart for me. I reached out to different spaces to really try to get to know myself and really get clear. And once I did that, I was able to really sit down and actually write down how I see my life in 1 year, how I see my life in 5 years, and then to really break down my 1 year goal into a plan over the next 8 weeks. And then I thought after the next 6 weeks or so, then I'll go deeper and see how that time will continue. Just looking like the next 2 months ahead. So this is an opportunity to really focus your energy and to really understand that you are the force of an ever expanding love. And you hold the universe within you. So with all of that wonderful potential to put your creative energy into, you can really bless the world with something great. And the chances are that if you do it focused and with an understanding of what it is that you truly want to manifest, you can do it with an effectiveness that you couldn't do if your energies were scattered. And you can also do it with an ease and with a delight that leaves you time to enjoy all the other wonderful facets of life. So that's my reading. I hope that it is in some way helpful. And I'm sending so much love and so much belief in who you are. Use your power. Use that. Shine that light. We need you. The world needs your light. Hi, love. Welcome. So you chose Mother Gaia. Look at that artwork. Isn't it beautiful? Look at the light. And the animals, the deer, the birds. But also a baby, a child. Beautiful. Mother Gaia incorporates light as well as dark, cool as well as hot, shadow as well as light. Look at the bear energy. Yeah, Gaia is also an indication of cycles, and we are all her inhabitants. We all belong to her. We all return to her. Or our bodies return to her, I should say. But look at that light that she also just emanates, just exudes. It's beautiful. So maybe this is something that resonates with you. You exude just kind of a beautiful and very unique light. So let's find out how this energy can inspire us on our path to really living the truth of who we are and embracing that truth. Oh my goodness, this is too crazy. Pachamama, oh my goodness. Wow, this is also Mother Gaia. Can't say it any clearer than that. Wow, I'm impressed. So this goddess energy, the energy of Mother Earth, is really coming in very, very, very clearly. And it's a beautiful energy. I just want you to see, the energy of the moon as well as the trees, the beauty and just the integrity of nature, the power of nature. And this shows a different aspect in the other card, in the goddess the goddess knowledge cards, there's more of a focus on the animals as a part of Mother Gaia, as well as the stars and the moon. This one's focused more on nature, as in the trees, as in wind and fire, the elements, movement. It's beautiful, but you notice there's also a darkness here, as well as in the other card. The dark is always a part of the light, which to me is an indication of wholeness, right? So in order to really embrace our wholeness, we have to embrace the parts of us we might consider to be shadow, as well as the parts that we consider to be light, you know? And it's the contrast that really helps us to appreciate and really helps us to bring in gratitude. So let's take a deeper look. Let's see what goddess energy, divine feminine energy, I should say, can really support us on our path to really embracing the wholeness of who we are and really allowing us to nourish ourselves. And there's such a quiet, right? These cards have such a quiet and such a calm, where this one has a lot going on. But if you look at her face, you know, there's kind of a quiet, there's an introspection, a quiet introspection. So let's see if there's some inspiration that the Divine Feminine would like us to glean from these images. My Bago, she came up in the first reading. Yes, the warrior saint. And this energy of being a warrior is coming up quite often. Came up in the second reading with the crystals. And, Diana, Queen of the Wilderness. So Diana has a very, very, very strong connection to animals. Very strong connection to nature. And my Bago has a very strong connection to beliefs, to principles, as well as to family and heritage. So, you know, my Bago, she fought to protect her family, her village, as well as her religion, her principles, and what she believed in. And Diana, you know, she lived in the wilderness. The language of the natural world is a frequency of love. This is my mother tongue. That is basically what the mother goddess is all about. She's all about nourishment, gratitude, and cycles, you know. So there's an opportunity here to make love, you know, more part of your language, because that is the language of nature. Nature is the language of nourishing. And I feel like there's a need for more nourishment, for more self-love, self-attention, you know, not just self-love, but really self-attention, paying attention to the self. Her face is kind of one of introspection, looking within, and hers, the eyes are blindfolded, they're covered, which means there's a lack of distraction, right? She has to almost focus within. She has to almost call on her senses because, you know, the eyes are closed. You could also say she's resting. She's resting and surrounded by the protection of the animals. Here again, we have the theme of love. And in fighting for what she believed in, she was willing to sacrifice. I am a warrior of love. My devotion attracts resources and support. And what greater example of resource is there than Mother Earth? Mother Earth is constantly giving. She's one of the greatest givers there are. Perhaps that also resonates with your energy. You're a giver, very connected to nature, very connected to love. This is something that wants to manifest more strongly in you. And I feel like this entire reading is more of a confirmation of love, a confirmation of being seen by the divine, being heard, being understood. So let's find out what values and what attitudes can help us live this connection to nature, this connection to nourishment, this connection to wholeness and integrity, this connection to standing up for those we love and standing up for our principles, standing up for ourselves more confidently and with courage, you know, because we need courage to live what we believe in. We need courage, actually, even to let go of distraction, to put down the phone, to turn off the TV, to meditate, you know. So how can we connect to that courage? What's going to help us to do that? I like to make them like secret doors and then just open them up like gifts. So let's see who's here. Harmony. The swan came up also. Like there's just a repetition here going on. The swan is harmony. Came up in the reading with Hera, the goddess Hera. Swans are harmonious and very loyal creatures. Healing, harmony and healing. So here we have light and dark, the theme of light and dark going on with Pachamama and with Gaia. That these are cycles, you know, when the sun rises and there's light and then the moon comes up where there's darkness. This is all a part of a wholeness, a oneness. And there's an opportunity here to recognize the things that you might consider to be smaller, to be dark within the self, that they also have their role to play. So in one of the other readings, I also mentioned the energy of the shark came up. And, you know, the shark asks us often to look at our weakness and to understand how our weaknesses are actually an inspiration for strength. So, for example, I used to be very timid, but I'm also very focused. I focus my energy on a lot of things, and I was struggling to really focus it on the one thing. But that timidity kept me from running into too many battles, you know, when waving my sword. It held me back, and by resting, by pulling me back, or keeping me from running into too many things, I was able to really get clear and focused on what it is that I truly want, and then to put the energy into preparation that would reinforce my self-confidence. So there's an opportunity here to really see the light and dark as a part of integrity, as a part of wholeness. The seed, when it is planted, it goes down into darkness, into coolness, and then it thrives and it pushes up. You know, it pushes up through the ground, and there's an opportunity for you here to really enjoy that germination period and to really heal, you know, to really rest and to heal in the arms of Mother Earth. So let's see who else is here. Essence. Oh, yes, the essence. So essence with the wagtail. You know, this is a very joyful bird. It's a very playful bird. And this energy of playful just keeps coming up in this. I feel like the divine is telling us, you know, I'm not as in love with being too serious all the time as you guys on the spiritual path might think I am. We gotta bring a little more fun, more love, and more playfulness into our spiritual journeys, into our connection with the divine. Wag that tail, bring in that inner child, you know, that love, that light, that playfulness. Go outside and spin around. I used to spin around all the time as a kid. I don't do that anymore. You know, so I did it the other day just out of fun, or when I'm playing with nieces and nephews. I just really enjoy allowing that inner child to just come up and really just live to the fullest. And so there's an opportunity here to bring more joy into your essence, but it's also a dark card. There's also, you know, black here, but black is also for me a card of determination and focus, you know. So there's an opportunity to really get clear and go within and find out where do you want to put your focus, you know. Where does your determination want to really help you to grow? And there's an opportunity also for healing. You know, maybe you've been through a lot and there were some past injustices that really need to be forgiven and let go of and healed within you. And Mother Gaia is reaching out and saying, I hold you so lovingly and so gently in my hands. Let me help you on this path to inner harmony, inner healing, and discovering your essence. Let's see who else is on. Oh my goodness. Yes, parrotfish, tell it. authenticity, living the truth of who you are and all of the truth, you know, and not hiding parts of you away because you think they're unworthy or you think they don't fit into what society deems as being appropriate or okay. You know, we all have to live, who we are. Reading cards is not, exactly the blue collar or even white collar job that, one might have expected. When I was spoken to by another teacher about this path, I thought, that was never, what? I was being awakened to something that I didn't know was really within me. And it's very unconventional. It's an unconventional path. So it took me a minute to really understand it and embrace it. I had to go within as well. So it might be good for you to really take walks through nature. Ask nature spirits to really inspire you and help you with your healing. You can lay on the grass and allow just the coolness of Mother Earth to really embrace you, hold you. And I always find the energy of trees just really calming and really peaceful. But there's also that opportunity to ask for help, I didn't really have a consistent spiritual teacher, but I did have people that I reached out to for Reiki, for support. So find out what's in your toolbox, what's in your spiritual toolbox. When something's a little off kilter, in moments when you're being challenged, you want to live authentically, but you're not sure if you can pull up that essence, in front of groups or in front of, in a space that challenges you. There's always opportunities to ask for help in doing that if you feel that is the path for you. So let's see what the moon goddess, Isis, what inspiration she can bring to this. What do we stand to gain if we can really get into a space of understanding our essence and living authentically, really forgiving others, forgiving ourselves, and allowing ourselves to heal and really embrace inner harmony, letting go of feeling like we have to fight all the time, but at the same time embracing that strength and knowing we can stand up for ourselves. I mean, she's got bow and arrow, she's got a machete, like they're ready to do business if necessary. But how can we also bring a little more love and light and peace into that space, knowing still that we have the tools we need if we do need to show up for ourselves? So let's see, Isis, what do we stand to gain? Balance, ancient tantra of the soul. So we've got that coming in again and again. But I just want to show the bottom of the deck as well. Divine sisterhood. Can you see that? My camera's a bit moody when it comes to focusing. But there's an opportunity also of divine sisterhood. Again, reaching out if you need help. But also asking the divine feminine for help. But the scales of balance. So there's an opportunity for balance here. Again, we have the sun rising, which is an indication of daytime, but the moon is also, which is an indication of night. There's an opportunity and a message of balance here, a message of harmony. So there are probably parts of your lives that really calls for more balance and perhaps also radical self-acceptance of all parts of who you are. So let's just see the scales of, if there's some inspiration in the description. You are an initiate of the path of divine healing of the masculine and feminine, two sacred polarities that are universal to human experience. As these energies come into mutual respect and balance, you attain great power, presence, and healing effect in the world of the soul and in the human world of forms here on this earth. You are supported in further exploring this path now under the auspices and blessings of beloved Isis. So there's an indication of balancing the divine feminine and the divine masculine. I spoke about this actually in another reading. So I'm pointing this out because there are common things coming up where Spirit is saying there are opportunities in this day and age, and this is a specific opportunity for you. But the divine masculine is kind of an indication of that holding the space, right? Security, confidence, and protection. And the divine feminine is an indication of creativity and creation. And when that's balanced, also Alana Fairchild in the Isis Decks explains this so well, that when we have that balance, when we have the divine masculine holding the space for us, then the divine feminine can really come in and just enjoy creation. Is that how it is for you when you're in creative spaces, when you feel safe? Isn't that the space where you can really actually go into a mode of flow and really pull out the best in you? They often say that with children as well. Once when they have food, shelter, the basic needs are taken care of, then children really have the potential to flourish. That doesn't end. It's the same also in the spiritual context. When we're taken care of, and space is being held for us and we're being held gently, then we're able to really flourish and to grow in potential. So there's some opportunities to do some healing in the space of the divine masculine as well as in the divine feminine. So it may include some soul searching with regards to how you perceive power and authority, how you perceive connections to the masculine, connections to the feminine, connections to light, connections to dark. What are the benefits of the dark? What are the benefits of the light? It just might be a lot of soul searching that needs to happen, a lot of questions that need to ask so that you can really understand yourself better, and also really bring in that power that you have and that creativity, and also manifest resources and support for yourself. And also to live that beautiful authenticity, which we all want and we all deserve. This is really the purpose, of life, is to live the truth of who we are with an essence of joy, ease, and delight, So let's just look at some crystal energy. As support, like pillars of support. So this is copper. Energize your whole world. Okay, so bring some energy. Let's see. Renewal. An opportunity for renewal and bringing in healing. Orange calcite. This also for me connects to the solar plexus. Unlock your creativity. And I know creativity is often held in the sacral chakra, but I feel like there's an opportunity for some healing in the solar plexus as well as the sacral chakra. So that might be something that you really look into. So let's get some moon energy to send us off on a inspirational note. Let's see. I feel like these three, I only wanted to choose two, but I feel like these three want to come. Let's see. Ooh, a fiery climax approaches. So there's opportunity for change, and there's the ram, pushing forward, but also a leader, also an energy of the divine masculine. So a fiery climax approaches. There's a lot of opportunity, but your desires need a practical plan. So we've got this potential, we've got this energy coming up. The divine masculine is ready. He's holding the space, but we need a practical plan to really bring it to fruition. And your key to success will be confidence. Just like I said, I had the feeling of the solar plexus. So you might want to do a little work in the place of the solar plexus. But there it is. I mean, it's pretty clear. Divine potential, the space is being held. Taurus is the ruler of the second house, which has to do also with abundance. So give your dreams a practical plan. so that that can really manifest in your space. Raise your vibration. Healing will raise your vibration so that you can really connect to what the divine is trying to offer you, and keep those doorways open so that when the timing is right, that abundance can flow in, and that confidence, it is your key to success. Believe in yourself. Believe in the truth of who you are. Believe in your joyful divine essence, and allow that harmony to come in. And remember, Mother Gaia is there to support and protect you. So I wish you really the absolute best on your journey. I look forward to seeing you in other readings, and I am sending you so much love.